The 5th anniversary characters. Oh boy, these characters started the meta of always making the anniversary characters the best units in the game for Bleach Brave Souls. And so far, we have already gotten the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th anniversary characters resurrected. We're going into the 10th year of the game, and unfortunately, these characters that were the best in the game still have not gotten their resurrection. I don't know why KLab chose not to resurrect these characters, because throughout the entirety of the 9th anniversary, we just basically got another batch of Can't characters resurrected, being Noitora, Yami, and Zamari, when they could have resurrected them earlier. And we also got resurrections of some premium characters like Rukia, Kyonen Sentaro, and Isane, yet the second batch never came for last month. And what is KLab doing? Like, why are they holding back with these characters' resurrections? Is it because we want the meta to evolve even further before resurrecting them? I don't know what the heck they're doing. And the crazy thing about all of this is that we already had part 2 of the 5th anniversary resurrected months ago, which is a blasphemy at this point. And I also hoped that the 5th anniversary characters got their resurrections throughout the 9th anniversary, because guess what? I actually had the artworks ready for the cursed thumbnail. So now the question of the day is, when can we potentially expect the 5th anniversary characters to get their resurrection? Now, I'm gonna give you guys the short answer. I think that they're not gonna get resurrected anytime until January. The reason why is because some of the characters that they have resurrected that were considered anniversary / New Year's characters, they didn't come until January, believe it or not. And we're gonna get into the long answer now, because before, they have done an anniversary character where they would actually resurrect them on time for the celebration. Starting it off with 2nd anniversary Ichigo. When this character got resurrected, keep in mind, we were just getting the characters with Havoc and Berserker, and all you really needed was a really good kit to be competitive in the meta, because you had nothing better than Berserker 20, and if you were a character with no status elements, you would at the bare minimum get 40%. And that's what the 2nd anniversary Ichigo got. In his resurrection, he picked up Havoc, an extra 20% Berserker. He already have 25% strong attack damage, so that already rounds itself up to 45%, but then he also picked up a recharge of -10%, which actually helps fix the issue that this character always had, lack of cooldown reduction. And overall, when this character came out, yeah, this guy was definitely very fun and usable. Just the SA1 sucked still, because it was a range collision linear type of attack, albeit with 120% mag, so it wasn't as bad as most range collision attacks, but it was still bad nonetheless. And then you had a 690 radius lunge, and then an actual charge SA where without the charge, it's 960 all around him, fully charged up, 1200 radius, full screen, and it was a very strong, hard-hitting character. And the crazy thing is that 2nd anniversary Ichigo is the only character to have a full charged 1200 radius SA3, not counting the 2-stage charged SA3 that the likes of True Shikai, 9th Anni Kenny, and I believe another one had it. I think it was Future Society Ulk, yeah. And this character's resurrection came out during the 5th anniversary. So, literally around July 28th of 2020. And it was a great time to resurrect him too, since he was an anniversary character, and he came out alongside Broken's resurrection. So alongside, we had Broken, Ikaku, and the Heart Toshiro. So pretty good time to be playing that game, even though the banners for the 5th anniversary were absolutely terrible. That being said, it wasn't completely smooth sailing for the rest of the resurrections, because 3rd anniversary Ulquiorra. Alright, so keep in mind, the meta shifted a lot since the 5th anniversary, and in the 6th anniversary we were introduced to characters with Frenzy +2, and of course already having high enough Berserker. Like Art Book Ichigo had Frenzy +1 with 60% Berserker, I believe, and was also one of the first few characters to ever still get Frenzy with bombardment and also having a status element added on top of the character. And of course, then you had 6th anniversary Aizen, who dominated the entirety of the 6th anniversary. So there's that. His resurrection, for whatever reason, did not come out at all during the 6th anniversary, for whatever reason. And as a matter of fact, yeah, the resurrection got pushed back to like 2 whole years. That was not good. Okay, no, correction. To a year and a half, and we got him directly on January 13th, which was when we got Spirits Are Forever With You, Unohana, and Kenpachi. So, if you guys remember that, that's when we got the resurrection. And unfortunately, this character actually had a bit of a worse treatment compared to 2nd anniversary Ichigo, because 2nd Anni Ichigo got the skills that he needed for his time and was a really good character. This Ulquiorra, unfortunately, all he did was pick up more damage, fix the same issue that 2nd anniversary Ichigo had, but never got any type of havoc whatsoever, making it by far the first ever underwhelming resurrection out of all the anniversary characters that have gotten their resurrections. It was just that bad, and during the time we just went by past 2020, they just started skipping resurrections and only doing a second batch if they were prioritizing either seasonal characters or limited movie, Can Funeral, 1000-Year Blower characters, that kind of stuff, which was not that good. It wasn't very healthy for the game, and they just did like a whole complete setback with this character right here by not giving him Havoc. And I think we also started getting innate skills for that time too, and the skills were always being kept at like 7, which was not good whatsoever. Like, the only thing he just got was like 20% more strong attack damage and recharge. Yeah, they did this character dirty with the resurrection. And that's not to state, but like, this Quincy Ichigo too, he took a very long time to get a resurrection. Normally, you would expect that he would get his resurrections in like 6 months' time, no? Well, guess what? He got resurrected a whole year later after Ulquiorra on this exact same time frame, on January 13th of 2023, which was crazy, like literally just last year, start of year. So yeah, and his resurrection was even worse than Ulquiorra's because, okay, the Soul Trade is amazing because he picked up strong attack damage of 16%, and for a 14% cooldown reduction link for speed, we never had that. So that's the only kudos I'm giving KLab to, but they didn't even bother giving him Berserker. They didn't even bother giving him Havoc. They just did nothing. They just did absolutely nothing besides, I believe, buff his Bruiser from 20 to 30% and just slapped on Droplet Drop of 17%. Like, this was such a joke. This was such a joke. Like, they did nothing with this character. They didn't even bother giving him anything else. Like, sure, his kit was bad on release, but like, you could have given him something. No? Like, even giving him Havoc and higher multipliers would have made this character a bit more fun to play, but like, no, he just sucked. Even in Inheritance Trials, once he got his resurrection and was max transcended, he was just that damn bad. But thankfully, after this guy's resurrection, 6 months later, we did get the resurrections for the 4th anniversary characters, and they finally started to do something with these resurrectable characters. By that I mean they finally introduced innate abilities onto the characters and did expand on the skill cap this time around, because as you guys can see right here, the character has like around 8 skills. Before, it was always capped at 7, and with this, Mugetsu picked up an extra 20% Berserker, and besides that, for the first time ever, a brand new soul trait. Full stamina only increased strong attack damage of 20%. This was never before seen, and it's still to this day one of the best links in the game, because on top of getting 12% recharge, you just get a flat 20% increased strong attack damage, which you only need to keep yourself at full stam, and as a matter of fact was better than most of the 25% strong attack damage links overall, because it was a different multiplier and just scaled higher, allowing your base unit to do even more damage. It's just that damn good, and if you have the likes of 1000-Year Blower now and the Senkaman Chad, you would have the perfect set of heart links for your best heart character, whether it was Kilgay, True Shikai, or even Holo Bankai Toshiro. So there's that. That being said, he did resurrect during the 8th anniversary, so they could have easily popped in the SP boost, and they did that with a 1000-Year Blower character, and that was Zombie Toshiro, which for the first time, yeah, he set a new standard for resurrections, and they just kept on improving even more and more and more, and look at Liege. So it's good to see that resurrections have improved, but like there's still some ways around to go about it. And of course, like I said, the first character to get innate abilities, and he got Havoc, which was amazing, insane. Now he's not that crazy good, but once he has Killer in IT, you can definitely have fun with this character, especially if you guys have him max transcended. But that's pretty much about it. And VL2 also got his resurrection alongside Mugetsu, and they made him into a pretty solid Brave Battle character until they started introducing more characters with the invincibility skill once again, because back then we were in a period where characters would just ignore Brave Battle and invincibility, but were never invincible themselves, because of the simple matter of fact that you could use SP characters in the meta, like 6th Anniversary Aizen, Macy, those kind of characters. Until Ishin came, and then Yama came, and this character just kind of, you know, fell off of PvP. But his upgrades were pretty good, though. They were really good, because the Sprinter skill, it was already available. They moved it into the innate ability. He picked up Bruiser of 50% and Brave Battle temporary invincibility, which was pretty damn solid. And the decreased captain damage taken was already there, but when he came out, captains were not as relevant in the meta because of Noitora existing, and because of several 1000-Year Blower characters taking over the meta. Of course, that has since changed with the release of Spirit's Offer with Kenpachi and Kuryoshiki, thus making him a bit more viable. But besides that, the resurrection was pretty good, and the good thing about this is, again, they all came out on time, and they dropped on July 28th. Both of them. July 28th, during the 8th year anniversary, and just when Yachiru Unohana, the Prime Yamamoto, and Chojiro got revealed. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna actually speculate that we can expect the 5th anniversary characters to get on there. But like, honestly, I need KLab to start stepping up their game for these resurrections, because I don't think it's that good to delay these anniversary characters, because sometimes, look, when old characters make a comeback, in general, whether it's meta-based or for PvE or just because they want to play as their favorite characters, again, more than likely people will have returned to this game just to be able to play as Mugetsu with the resurrection. And I'm pretty sure some people have already done that. But like, imagine players coming back for the 5th anniversary characters. Those characters were, again, they were the best characters in the game. When 5th anniversary Ichigo came out, he was a perfect character with a really good kit. There was no bad strong attacks to him, and also had a high berserker for that time too. He was the best character in the game. And of course, 5th Anni Byakuya introduced the 960 into Homing Vortex. And it was thanks to that character alone that we have so many good characters with the Homing Vortex. You can name it. 9th anniversary Gremmy, 6th anniversary Aizen, Kilgay, Ishin, all those crazy characters. Like, you have Byakuya to thank for. And it's just such a shame that these characters did not resurrect on time whatsoever. And I'm also going to take a page from Dokkan, because I feel like the devs at Bandai do a much better job with resurrecting old characters compared to BBS. Well, except sometimes they can fumble, like this damn Broly Smid. But like besides that, what Dokkan tends to typically do is that they Extreme Z Awakening. That's the term used for resurrections. They resurrect the characters on time for the anniversary. Every single anniversary, we always get an easy A for those characters. Now, before we get into it, Dokkan Battle is a game that is more so RPG based, where you need to have your characters tank against the boss's normals and hard-hitting super attacks to then be able to win against the battle and do as much damage as possible while being able to tank. And it's pretty much turn-based. You decide the order of your characters, and that's just how you go about it. It's basically like, what can I say? Think of it as you're playing Final Fantasy, but with some Candy Crush elements. I know, it's crazy to even think about it. But like, again, this game does a way better job. Like, they started easying the LR anniversaries, the anniversary LRs, starting with the 7th year. To give you guys an idea, they did, hold on, let me go and search them up. For the 7th year anniversary, they actually did go out of their way to easy A Int Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta that can fuse into Vegito, and then Phi Super Saiyan Angel Goku and Super Saiyan Angel Vegeta that can fuse into Gogeta. And these were the 3rd anniversary headlining characters. But then, as the EX part, basically part 3 of the anniversary as it was about to leave, they also did the 4th anniversary characters, which was Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And they resurrected them on time. Now, the way of how the characters works is that they need defensive mechanics, like being able to dodge, like being able to build up defense, and also be able to guard, and also having damage reduction. That's what you would want to have out of the characters. And do keep in mind, this was pre-EZA. They just did damage, but on the 18 key, they got their attack built up by an extra 30% for 1 turn, and they only had stat increases. They only gain extra key per rainbow key sphere, and to fuse, you need to be below 50% HP. And yeah, with the EZA, that actually has changed. On both the 12 and 18 key, you get a 30% attack and defense for 1 turn, and you also gain a bit of dodge, which you do need. Now, this was during the 7th year anniversary, so obviously the meta has changed significantly since then. And then once you fuse into Vegito, boom, look at what you get. You get yourself a character that is able to counter normals, and you also get a bit of damage reduction. So yeah, I don't know why the website is not working, but there you guys go. Same case as Gogeta. This is what I'm pretty much talking about. You basically experience more so a change with the passive of how the character works. On both of the key super attacks, just the 18 key, 30% attack for 1 turn. But with the EZA, again, same exact thing, same exact passive, and once you fuse into Gogeta. Unfortunately, it's not as good as Vegito though, because he doesn't get the damage reduction. Instead, just gains more crit and 30% chance to dodge compared to, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, okay, 50% chance to dodge in this, but like, it's very limited. But then again, they also did Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I'm gonna just let you guys know right now, the passive changes immensely. Like, yeah. And then with the EZA, boom, look at this. He gains all this extra passive ability, which I'm gonna let you guys read. But these are not the characters I want to mainly focus on. And yeah, same thing with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I don't think I need to really explain much. And then during the 8th year anniversary, we also did get the EZAs for the 5th anniversary characters. Now, they did not do any extra anniversary characters because this was more so to catch up and pretty much it. But they did EZA Gogeta and Vegito, which both can actually transform into their respective Super Saiyan Blue forms. What the frick? Okay, there we go. Their EZAs were also broken. Now, in base, not much has really changed. Just to go over Gogeta real quick. Yeah. They just gain a bit more stats. And then after the EZA, hold on. If it loads, goddammit. Yeah, there we go. A bit of a stat increase. He still keeps the 70% chance to dodge once you put him in slot 3, but he did gain this ability where he does, you know, have a 70% chance to do an additional super, whether he's in slot 1 or slot 2, but you're mainly floating him in slot 3. But once you transform into Super Saiyan Super Saiyan Gogeta, okay, this was pre-easy, eh? Just a bit more stats. He still is dodging as the 3rd attacker in the turn, but outside of that, 50% chance to dodge as the 3rd attacker in the turn. But with the Easy A, that actually does fix up the little thing that he had, but most importantly, once you transform into him by turn 4, guaranteed dodge. So this guy becomes untouchable. More attack, and of course, whether you use him in slot 1 or slot 2, yeah, even more stuff that you can do. And of course, they fixed the slot 3, where now he just has a 70% chance to dodge. So by the time you finish the turn in which you're invincible, you'll still have a pretty solid chance of being able to dodge in slot 3. So there's that. Vegito, same exact thing. Not much has really changed in base, but oh wait, no, he only had 50% chance to dodge. Okay. With Easy A, this becomes 70% once you put him in slot 3. Again, once you go into Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, he gains the same ability as Gogeta. Again, just is an untouchable god. He is an untouchable god. And then they also get this. Yeah, I don't think I need to dive into it any further. The moral of the story is Dokkan does a way better job with revitalizing their units and making them competitive in today's meta. Like, you can still use the 5th anniversary characters again in the 9th anniversary content. They're mainly dodge or die, but once you get their transformations in, they cannot be touched. They cannot be touched, which is absolutely insane, and they'll still be able to do enough damage to take out the bosses. And then lastly, this year with the 9th anniversary, we got the Easy A's for Ultra Instinct Goku. Hold on, let me go and pull them up. And Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. So, these characters in Dokkan are top 5 best units in the game. And they did something with Lige where they made him a top 10 power character. And that's what I would love to see from KLab moving forward into the future with these resurrections. But for whatever reason, they only choose to make 1000-year Bloodwork characters or any type of limited character good, but the rest pretty mediocre to bad. And all you guys really need to know is that UI Goku, keep in mind, on his super attacks, he did not have all those attack increases and only had like the increased crit chance on the 12 and 18 key. Will you load? Yeah. All you guys really need to know is he had a 70% chance to dodge regardless of the slot, and you do build up defense each time you dodge a super attack. But he also had a very bad revival condition where you needed to be below 50% HP, and you needed to receive an attack 3 times in battle. And this character was a dodge or die character in today's meta without the Easy A. And he was definitely hard impacted by the red zones back in the 7th anniversary. So there's that. And then once this guy got his Easy A, he just got so much more stuff. Like, he gets a 50% attack increase on the 12 key, and on the 18 key 100%. And also raises the ally's chance of performing a critical hit by 7% for 1 turn. But that's not all. Turn 1, once he enters the battle, guaranteed dodge. Basically what Blue Gogeta and Blue Vegito has, which is ridiculous. But that's not all. Freaking 77% chance to dodge, but get this. Get this. Per turn, once you dodge, you'll be able to get an extra 7% chance to dodge. Every time you dodge, this will stack and it will make this character untouchable. But then this effect resets until the next attacking turn. And of course he gains a lot of extra stuff. They fixed the revival condition where now you only need to be at 77%. You don't need to get hit. You just need to either have him or any other ally die, and then the revival skill activates, you'll be able to gain an additional dodge, and you'll also get an extra attack and defense, 77%, whether he or another ally revives, which is stupid. Except this is only for when this character revives right here. So yeah, dominant character. He's only hard affected by the fights in which the enemies disable dodge, and you don't have Tech UI Goku. If you have Tech UI Goku, this character is just freaking unstoppable. And then Vegeta, he was the way worse character back in the 6th anniversary, and with his EZA, they just gave him justice to the point that some people would even consider him to be even better than Beast. Like, pre-EZA, he had nothing, just a crit chance like always, and a very low damage reduction of 10%, and he builds up to 30% maximum with each attack received, and it resets. It resets. Yeah, within the same turn, it resets. And the revival condition was also bad as well, because you needed this character to get hit 7 times, which was never gonna happen, because how can you build up defense and also have a low damage reduction without dying? Like, his revival condition was way worse. But then EZA, yeah, 50% attack and defense on the 18 key, 50% defense on the 12 key, and he guards for the first turn upon entering the battlefield, and now gets 50% damage reduction. And you still build up that little damage reduction rate that you had even pre-EZA, and you just get a whole load of stuff, and they even fixed the revival condition this time around. Like, all you really need to do is get hit 5 times. And with the amount of damage reduction that he has, and with the fact that he guards for the first turn, it's definitely possible. Once you have been hit 5 times, it doesn't matter of the HP restriction that you have, you'll be able to revive with this character right here, and then he'll get the same effect as UI, and then once it's his next turn, he'll be able to guard all the attacks. So yeah. The way of how I can put this into perspective is, imagine 6th anniversary Aizen were to resurrect in 2025, and he would actually get the crazy shit like Frenzy plus 3, Frenzy plus 2 would change into Frenzy plus 3, he would get the 80% SP boost, the full stamina damage boost would get rounded up from 20% to 80%, would pick up increased ailment chance, and would also pick up something alongside the lines of Poise Break, Long Stride, you guys name it, just to make the character competitive in today's meta, because these 2 characters are competitive in Dokkan's meta. They're top 5 best characters in the game, and it's just so sad that BBS has only done 1 insane resurrection, and that's Lige. And even then, with the unification of Inheritance Trials, Droplet Zone, and Inheritance Zone becoming a thing, Lige might lose that one purpose that he has, which is being able to pierce through Iron Skin. I hope I'm wrong about this, but we'll have to wait and see. But even then, KLab just fumbled with being able to, you know, get players who love these characters to come back to the game. If anything, what you guys did was just, you know, bring back the Kenpachi fans, and of course, Tosher and Soifon fans. That's pretty much guaranteed to be a fact now at this point. But yeah, there you guys go. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. This has been your boy, the Dash Smasher, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. So have a wonderful day, lads. Peace out. Bye. Sayonara. Ciao, ciao.